Hello, friend. If you're here, you're probably referred by someone very close to me. I'm Nick, also known as Soul Dr. Nick, and I love doing the work that I do because it's just having fun and being me, and in so doing, making giant changes. And so this is the page taking a look at private breath sessions as an introduction to the deepest work that we can do. And if you're looking at this, it's because you want to make that investment because time is money for you. Let's not wait and go slow when we can get personal and go deep and go fast. And I use these relative terms because I'm appealing to the part of your mind that can understand this. And when I say that, there's a vast number of people that, if you want to dip your toe in, come to the regular Ohana breaths every 2 weeks. They're accessible. They're for everybody. You will get huge benefit from that. And if you're like, you know what, I just want to dive in. I know that this $1,500 US is just an introductory part where I can actually experience a massive change and recognize that what I really want to do, and let's be clear, is be like, I want to invest myself $30,000 to $100,000 this year to dive in deep and transform at least one aspect of my life in a major way, whether it's your own health, whether it's your relationships, whether it's family, whether it's your business and money. And know that in all those ones, it's been such a fun ride over here. I'm Soul Dr. Nick because I am trained as a medical doctor. I've been through over 12 years of post-secondary education. I have studied more than you can imagine and spent more on brain power, health, wellness, and everything else, which also means that I've healed from my own suicidality, depression, ADHD, asthma. And asthma is probably the most physical thing that you'll be able to see. Like, I was on 5 medications a day, and now it's me leading breath and having a cat, which I've always been allergic to supposedly, and having him sleep on me. It's like, it's ridiculous that I'm here. And it's awesome because it helped me realize the possibilities are there. And healing disease is a very fun thing to do. And especially if you're in the throes of it. Right? Like, sometimes people are like, it's not a good time, I'm not feeling well. It's like, hey, if you're not feeling well, you've got time. Stop doing the other stuff. Like, your health comes first. Without that good solid grounding, how can you be all that you want to be for your family, for your business, for everything else? Like, let's step in and intervene now. And so what does this look like? How does it look? Well, I used to be one of those executive high value coaches, all that fun stuff. And I remember taking someone from essentially $0 to $1 million, or healing things that they couldn't imagine, or changing careers completely, or even starting families. And I recognized that wasn't enough, so I added in more and more. And so now I recognize that we will, in these private sessions, talk, receive, coach, guide, but then we have an experiential process. That's the breath, so that you can actually hear the answers from yourself. And I like to tell you, it's almost from like your future self. It's like your future self is trying to guide you to where they are. It's like, I already know how to get here. Will you stop getting in your own way? And if you're like me, you've gotten your way over and over and over again, and there's shame and guilt and all those stories about it. And let's get out of the way so we can actually live life and enjoy it. And that's a piece too. You go from the place of there's something to fix, there's something wrong, to I have a great life right now, and I want to keep enjoying it more. I want to be more present. I want to be more me. I want to stop pleasing others. And one of the programmings that I had was I was always trying to please a father or mother figure because I thought that their approval meant that I was doing well. And it took so long to realize I'm not looking for someone else's approval, even my partner in life, even my beloved. It's like, how do I step up and stand and say, this is how I want to live life? And it's not in ignorance of you, but it's with you. And I invite you to see that, because that is where the consciousness and the money and the life and the excitement will really flow. Because there's so many things that I've created now that I recognize there's still days that I struggle. And in those days and in that struggle, I realize no amount of money will ever get me out of this place. It's the consistent practice for me to be with this and say, what are the lessons here to learn? And that's my life's work, is to learn how to be more me. And in so doing, also teaching, because when we teach, we guide ourselves. And people often ask, why do you enjoy doing this so much? It's because every time I'm working with someone who's deeply committed, I get so much out of it too. And now I've recognized I want to work with people who have created already significant financial wealth in their life so they can actually afford this and afford the changes that they want to make in their life. And from that place of consciousness, there's so many possibilities. So instead of going from 0 to 1 million, let's go from 1 to 100 million. But if money is not the main goal, where do you want to be? And it has to be a big enough thing that's worthwhile for you already, and impossible enough that you're like, I don't know how I'd get there. Because if you already knew how to get there, there's a part of you playing the trick just looking for your own validation. Let's actually step beyond that, because that's fun. And that's been my last decade of life, awakening to places that I didn't realize existed, which is the places of possibility. And as I see that, I can recognize more and more how often do I feel like I just need to keep doing, and how often can I actually just enjoy and celebrate all these wins and have gratitude for it. And so here's the reminder. You were referred here by someone who has had a profound change, who cares about you, who believes in me as well, and we deal with the currency of trust. And so the trust here is that I trust you enough that if you're willing to say, hey, here's $1,500 US, let's do 3 breaths together within a month, I'm going to dive in fully with you and know that if I don't at least get that value back, that exchange, if you want to look at it transactionally, full refund, no problem. That's okay, because it meant that there's something here that wasn't a fit or not a fit right now. Because what we really want is for you to be like, this was so amazing, let's go all the way in. What does that look like? And that will look like $30,000 to $100,000 over the next year. And it will look like you very quickly generating that value back. And I'm not looking at you for just generating that value. I'm looking for you to generate at least 10 times that value over the next year. And knowing that you have the possibility of that, because that's a piece as well. I recognize that there's foundational pieces you've already created to get to where you are. Now it's just tweaking them to get to where you actually want to go over the next year. That your mind probably only thought, I can only do that next decade. And it's not about shortcutting life. It's about actually becoming more present in life. Because the last piece I'll drop, and one of the people I love right now is Alex Hormozi. And he brings what I feel like the business into spirituality. And even though he's made over $100 million, he says, I would trade all of that money to go back 10 years in life, to have a body that's 10 years younger with exactly this level of consciousness, because I can't pay for time and experience with this level of health. And that's the piece for me. I'm not looking to make your life longer, although that will probably be a natural byproduct. I'm looking for you to be more present, because how often are we not truly living life, which means we're wasting our life. It doesn't mean you have to do more, but it's actually being present and noticing when you check out, when you distract yourself, when you're like, I just did an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, something I don't really like because I'm having trouble being with what's going on in me. And I don't get why this keeps happening. Let's have more fun, excitement. Let's find out what really makes you tick. Allow that to tick. Allow you to be in flow. So, if you're ready, say yes, submit the form. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you going. And know that you will know in a month's time where things are leading. And know that if this doesn't work out, all good, no harm, no foul. And if this creates more than you can imagine, what's possible next? Looking forward to diving with you on the other side.